All right, so as you guys can see from the title, this is about Ranger School. 5 tips to make sure you're successful. First time go, and fuck it, your second time in case you don't pass in the beginning. So 2021 Ranger School. I did a video 2 years ago with, I think it should be Captain Flood now, in 2019 when he graduated from Ranger School. But now I'm here with Lieutenant Trollander. He recently graduated from Ranger School at Fort Benning, Georgia, and now he is, tabbed up. So tell us about, your 5 tips on how to be successful.
All right, yeah. So starting off with number 1, I'm just going to kind of do it in order how it makes sense to me and how I think it helped me. So first thing, I'm going to be looking down at my notes. So, But first thing is showing up in RPA shape. So that kind of goes with prioritizing your training. Like you want to focus on the events that are coming up first and the order you're going to be hitting them. So you can look up the calendar of Ranger School and see kind of how things are going to go, how the progression is going to work. So as long as you're keeping that in mind, like if you can't pass the RPA, why should you be worrying about patrol looks in Florida or sucking in mountains? Like just focus on things as they're going to hit you, and that'll help a lot. And plus, tons of people fail for push-ups, so you might as well knock that out right away. Second thing is staying positive and like making some memories while you're at Ranger School. So I kind of struggle with this a little bit. I'm always positive, but I was just trying to kind of get my tab and get out. Like I wasn't trying to make a ton of connections. I did make some good friends, but definitely staying positive. Like there were tons of times where it looked really bad. I'm like, oh, there's no way I'm going to get a go right now. There's no way I'm going to do this phase again. And then you stay positive and it ends up working out in the end of the mission and you end up moving on to that next phase. The third thing is taking advantage of the practice looks. So before each FTX, there's going to be opportunities where you can get in a leadership position and it's not graded, but you can get feedback from the Ranger instructors or the RIs. So if you are a enlisted soldier, for instance, you're probably going to be a squad leader or a platoon sergeant. So if you can get in a squad leader look before it's actually counting, then it's only going to make you better. It might suck when you're tired and, you just want to focus on getting out of there. But if you want to get out there faster, then get the practice look and then you don't have to redo the phase again. Fourth tip is to remain as organized as possible. So I am a very organized person, I would like to think, and I think that actually works really well going into Ranger School. Everything from starting with the packing list gear layout to moving into patrols in Florida where you're starting to forget things. If you can keep lists, keep your notes condensed, memorize where things are going to be in your rucksack. You can even work with guys in your squad or platoon and be like, hey, let's do an SOP to keep our things a certain way. It's only going to help you in the long run just to be able to move from one person's gear to the next and know where stuff's going to be. And when your brain starts to kind of get foggy towards the end, it's really going to help you out and you're going to be glad you did it. And then my 5th tip, and I think this might be the most important one, is this that Ranger School it's not impossible, obviously. There's thousands of people that do it every year. So just look at it more as like a long FTX. Like if you've been in the military and you've done a field training exercise before, that's essentially what it's going to feel like when you're actually in the FTX portion, whether it's Darby, Mountains, or Florida. It's not going to be anything crazy. They can't do anything insane to you that they can't do somewhere else. So just don't create it to be a bigger monster than it really is. And I think that's where I saw people having the most success. So that'd probably be my top 5 tips.
All right, so I do feel like there's just one more question people are going to want to know. So in terms of COVID-19, what was that like at Ranger School? Did that really hinder you? Or when it came to wearing a mask, when it came to social distancing, did it slow down the process in terms of you staying there for 2 weeks? So now it's like 20 weeks.
Yeah, so before going to Ranger School, I went to airborne school immediately before, and we had to do a 2-week quarantine before going into that. So it did extend the timeline, and it definitely added a little bit of nerves because you're trying to focus on staying in really good shape and getting ready for it, but then you're in quarantine. You don't have as much access to like go to the gym, eat really good food.
If you guys got any questions, just hit me up in the comment section below. And, if you have any questions for him, I can, put his social media down below too. With that being said, I hope everyone's having a blessed day. No matter where you are in the world, smile. Life can be really freaking terrible. It can also be so freaking beautiful. So, just keep your head up and keep smiling.